Africa to meet with communities and explain what's their next steps or reconsider any of the areas that they were planning on drilling in.
Yeah. So I can't talk for Recon Africa of how many meetings. Sorry. Ooh, I wanted to sneeze. So I can't talk about Recon Africa of how many meetings they had that side, but from our communities, we have not really heard anything back. Only I don't know if you talked Patricia, they came for a meeting, so she was telling me that I think Recon had a meeting where they took their chiefs and stuff, and then from the villages they were supposed to come back to the village again with information, but that information was not even shared. So I can't really talk about. Well, I don't know because I haven't seen, and we haven't been informed if there has been other communications to the community or if they held community meetings.
Okay. And can you tell me what your reaction was? How did you feel when you first learned about Recon Africa's plans to drill in the Kavango?
First, to be honest, I had no idea. Okay, I read a newspaper article, so I was like, oh, drill, there might be oil. Oh, nice. Okay, now maybe I might be rich. Sort of a thing. And then a lot of social media and a lot of backlash started happening from international organizations, individuals, and I started reading up and I was like, what's the fuss about, you know? And then I read like this is an environment sensitive area. We started doing a lot of research with indigenous groups in Canada. The woman defense that's happening there, what the well industry and the drilling and the pipeline has done to the communities, has done to the women, how much they always call the oil industry the dirty industry actually. So I had to do a lot of research to really understand like, okay, what does this mean for Namibia? What does it mean if we allow this? What does it mean to support or not to support it? And then I realized that no, we can't actually support this because there's no way there, and a lot of influence from the Niger Delta as well of what happened to the Niger Delta. So that was a very an amazing example to take and really personalize because it's very close. So my reaction was like, oh my gosh, we need to do something. Like we can't keep quiet because even the Namibian Voices was very, very low on it because the publicity side was being sold as job opportunity, investment, well reach, going to bring so much for the country. And it was also in terms of COVID-19. So the headlines were a lot of COVID-19 cases. And when Recon Africa got their license and then they did an environment assessment or something like that, you know, everything was just so silent, like so fast. And we woke up like, yo, we're already doing our first drilling sort of a thing. And we're like, oh my gosh, what's happening? That's also when we saw Fridays for the Future. Was doing a lot of things, being vocal about it. I personally joined before the organization also, like joined the protest. It was like no drilling, no fracking. And then the organization also caught on. And when we read Rob Parker's article, Canada Come Get Your People, the organization said, okay, what can we do as an organization, as a women's rights organization? And that's when we started mobilizing civil society organizations in the country to have a meeting to see what can we do as civil society to stand in unity to this.
And can you tell me a little bit about the options that sand communities have now to fight